Next speaker is going to be talking about activating your worth. So before you heard about realizing your potential, right? Now we're going to hear about activating your worth. And you know what the point of all of this is because all of this is important because at the end of the day, this day, there clearly is something that needs to happen in your life. Either it is that you want to become more successful because you have not achieved what you want to achieve yet. And I say yet because we all are going to be successful in some way, shape, or form. Or you already are successful, but there's another level that you need to get to, right? And success comes in all forms, right? But it's a holistic thing. So you've already heard about realizing your potential, but now we need to actually activate, right? So we want to hear from Sandra Fatmi about activating your worth. And let me just tell you something about her, just in case you didn't know, right? So Sandra is known by the communities she serves as a community activist, advocate, leader, and ambassador. I just want to pause here. I am so blessed because all these women, I mean, when I read these bios, I'm just like, God, you are so amazing to have given us the opportunity to interface with these women. So listen to this. You can't miss anything, right? So community activist, advocate, leader, and ambassador with a passion for young people. Approximately 4 years ago, she teamed up with a community-oriented professional group and formed United Foundation of Central Florida. The foundation currently mentors and runs an after-school program, along with several other programs at Evans High School, with approximately 60 students combined. Sandra presently works as outreach coordinator and reporter for GGR Marketing and the Caribbean American Passport News magazine. She's the president of the Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce of Florida. She is also the president of the Pine Hills Community Council. She's the secretariat to the Jamaica Diaspora Advisory Board member for the 13 Southern USA states, Wayne Golding. Her most proud accomplishment to date, however, is her after-school mentoring program, Future Leaders United. And it has been successful in helping over 200 at-risk children graduate, attend college, and work towards being productive members of society. Under her leadership and with the dedication of her board of directors and community partners, listen to this, over $11,000 has been awarded to 14 children with a total of 24 students graduating from the program. Isn't that amazing? She holds a bachelor's degree in business administration from York College in New York and is a native of Kingston, Jamaica. Please welcome with huge applause Sandra Fatmi for me.
Thank you. No problem. Let's give her another round of applause, Miss Trisha Ann Morris. You know, it's such a pleasure finally getting to meet you and all the ladies because I had the pleasure of just sharing, and tagging people on Facebook. So thank you for putting together this smart, fabulous You Women's Conference. You know, I'll tell you, the minute Mr. Noah Martin and his lovely wife reached out, it was an absolute yes. Anything they asked me to do besides robbing the bank is a yes. So please understand that there are amazing partners to the foundation that you heard about, and you'll hear how I activated my worth with that foundation. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here this afternoon. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here. And to our sponsors that made this happen and possible, I can't thank them enough. Give them another round of applause, please, because they just stepped up to the plate and made this happen. And to our speakers for just being engaging and here willing to empower women, and not only women, but men as well. So, I want to thank Miss Alex Lewis for not feeling well and taking the time to come out here. So I just didn't want to forget to do that. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being my friend, my sidekick, and my board member. Really appreciate. Immediately when I found out my topic of empowerment this afternoon, I sat down and I prayed about it. Because I knew this was not about me, but the positive role that was placed on all of us that are here this afternoon. What does activating your worth mean to you? Can someone tell me, what does it mean to you in 1 or 2 words? What does it mean to you? Activating your worth, Alex, what does that mean? You're in the wrong seat, I'm sorry. Right up front. Just do it. Awesome. All right, anyone else? One more person. What does activating your worth mean to you? Anyone else? Come on, guys, you have to participate. This is about you getting empowered today. Say it again. Thank you. Taking initiative. All right answers. There's no wrong answer. Activate. Let's break it down really quick. Make something active or operative. Turn on, start up, or cause something to start, trigger, set in motion, energize. Worth, the value equivalent to that of someone or something under consideration. Take notes if you have to, jot down keywords. It's very important to remember. Wealth, riches, defines worth. The quality that renders something desirable, useful, or valuable. Each and every one of you, please see yourselves as valuable. I equate activating your worth to mean, what is your value? It's been proven that as individuals, if we engage in our own learning or empowerment, it will stick and stay 9 times out of 10, yielding the results we desire. So with that being said, we're going to get into activating your worth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to inspire you to walk in your purpose and live your most successful life yet. As we talk about successful steps that help me ignite activating my worth within me and those that are around me. I've long believed, based on my own journey and the journey of others I've met over the last 20, 30 years, that anything good that we put our focus on repeatedly with emotion will manifest itself into you activating your worth. So let's take, for example, your family, friends, relationships, work, service to the community, hobbies, church, and education. Is there something that you're not happy about in any one of these areas? What are you doing about it is the question. Are you just complaining, or are you doing something about it? You know what's said. You're either a part of the problem or a part of the solution. Ask yourself, what would I do if I had the opportunity to make this world a better place in all of these areas, one step at a time? Remember, activating your worth is a choice. You could choose not to, but that's not why we're here today. We're here to activate your worth, so I'm asking you to fertilize the soil, and based on my personal successes, allow me to journey with you through watering this soil. Step 1. Before you do anything, pray about it as you put God in the driver's seat. Pray about what the end result will be. Please take notes. Step 1, before you do anything, pray about it and put God in that driver's seat. Step 2, exercise your self-love always. That must be first. Why? Because when you love yourself, one's own well-being and happiness is realized, and you are more equipped to help someone else. Would you all agree? Absolutely. Believe me, you can't help someone if you don't love yourself first. Step 3, align yourself with your passion. You know what you're passionate about. Passion is not random. Who do you want to stand up for? Maybe a question. Who do you want to fight for? What stirs your soul? If you're not able to answer that, go back to step 1, which is, all right, thank you. Step 4, maximize the gifts given to you. We are all uniquely gifted in our own rights. Find out what that is. Believe it changes lives. Maximize the gifts given to you. Set an intention. What does that mean? Set goals of what you believe can be possible. Hello, Miss Andrea. Step 6, believe. Believe in the fact that you can achieve. Step 7, protect yourself against naysayers. This is pretty big, audience. Really pretty big, because you know you have naysayers morning, noon, and night. They will talk you out of your dream. Don't share too much. Remember, naysayers don't wish you well. Please, even if it's a family member, I'm sorry. It's okay. Just protect yourself against your naysayers. Commit. Step 8. Commit to activating your worth, your dream. Guess what happens when you do? Resources come when you do. Believe me, I'm going to talk about it in a minute of my own personal activating my worth. Step 9, be brave. This activates your worth. Nothing much gets done when you stay in your comfort zone. Would you agree? Yeah, absolutely. Nothing much gets done. And the last step, celebrate. Celebrate acting your worth. Activating your worth. Remember, activating your worth changes lives. Why? Because it encourages you to continue. So please don't forget to celebrate. Now, let me remind you that it's important to have a story and to share a story and to tell about what you have gone through and how you can help someone else. Let me fit my situation into step 1 through 10. Approximately 4 years ago, had an amazing group of community leaders and supporters join forces with me to start a foundation. Before we moved to making the name of the organization public, we prayed about the name. We prayed about the name, and we had probably 50 community leaders and supporters come out, and they listened to what I heard when I prayed. What I heard was, build an organization where everyone in that organization was united. There's no room for division, because you do know, if you have 20 people in an organization and 19 are united and 1 is not, there's room for that division, and that will not be united. Second part of the name, foundation. Wanted the organization to be on a solid foundation. No one can get in between and cause a friction. Everyone listened to that. So, United Foundation, the location where we started was Central Florida. Hence the name United Foundation of Central Florida. Focused on our young people, helping them to go to college, prepare them through a STEM program for STEM careers, and prepare them for after high school. Because obviously everyone won't make it to college, but it would be an encouragement to encourage them to go into their field of choice. Step 2, exercise your self-love. Could not have gotten to where we are today 4 years later if none of us loved ourselves. If it was all about being selfish and not sharing and being bitter, then United Foundation of Central Florida would not have been realized. We aligned ourselves with our passion. Everyone that came together as part of that foundation was aligned with the passion to become educators or involved in education. Alex Lewis sitting here is an educator, and she is on our board. Maximize the gifts given to you. As the leader of United Foundation of Central Florida, I have the distinct pleasure of being able to get children to do positive things. They do listen. Don't worry about them grumbling behind you. That's okay. That's what they do. But they will listen when a directive is given by us. So definitely you have to maximize the gifts that you're given. It's a gift that you got from God. Utilize it. Set an intention. Set goals of what you believe. We wanted to get to a goal of educating as many children in the Pine Hills area to start with that we can. And we started with 7. Now we have over 200 that are interested in the program and are going to go through the program. 24 have graduated and 19 have gone off to college already. Believe in the fact that you can achieve. We believe that we could be here today and even further. All of us, not just one, all of us. Protect yourself against naysayers. Probably about 50% of the people that we came across, you're not needed here in Pine Hills. There's no need for what you're doing. Don't waste your time. We will not be supportive, was what we heard. Well, that didn't stop us, as you can see. So, protect yourself against naysayers is extremely important. Stay steadfast to what you believe in. Commit to activating your worth. That worth inside of all of us that we all have, that we can make a difference, that we can realize our true potential, is what United Foundation is about and has portrayed for the last 3.5 years. We have committed. We were brave. Nothing much gets done in your comfort zone. We planned trips that we didn't know where the first dollar was coming from. I'm serious. We had no one that was, oh my God, this is not going to happen, because I would not allow it. Absolutely not. That's not what we're about. Celebrate. Do we celebrate? Would you say we celebrate, Alex? Absolutely. I have to tell you, Noel and Beverly Martin, thank you so much for what you have done in embracing our children. They have stepped up to the plate. And if you look at the back of your flyers, there is an opportunity to purchase coffee. They've just come on board and become one of our partners. They've allowed the children to run the radio stations. They've allowed so many things to happen, all in partnering up in the name of what we do. So give them a round of applause, because that's really awesome what they do here. Golden Cross, another sponsor that is simply amazing, is one of our largest sponsors to date that stays on board, and so many more. We're talking about people that are here today. You know, I tell you, Socrates says, who's a classic Greek philosopher, derived from the Greek word for having a goal, entelechy. Entelechy, look it up. Is a particular type of motivation, a need for self-determination and an inner strength and vital force directing life and growth to become all one is capable of being, a potential that is within each and every one of us. So I ask you in closing, what's an action plan that you will put in place when you leave here today to activate your worth? Write it down, make it happen is a suggestion. Write it down, make it happen is a book you should read. Your time as a caterpillar has expired. Your wings are ready. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Guess why? I've just told you about how successful we have been in activating our worth. So you can find me somewhere in between inspiring others, working on myself, dodging negativity, and accomplishing the rest of my goals. Thank you all very much.
Wow, can you clap her again for me? Because that was so good. So I have another CD because I want to be sure that people are getting the bites that we're giving. It's so important. And this is why. For me personally, I was in an abusive marriage, right? I wrote a book about it and everything. But having been in that abusive marriage, I was stuck. In Jamaica, I would say, it mashed me up like dirty water, which just means things were so bad, I was worse than the water when it rains and the water gets muddy and yucky. My life was worse than that. That's how it felt at the time. And it was like that spiritually, emotionally, mentally, all the alleys, right? And then I realized that I, one, have potential, two, needed to activate my worth, hence these topics that we're talking about. And the moment that I allowed the Lord to do all that we're going through today, he was like, girl, I got you. So I moved from what I was doing before, which was, I was always a business consultant and a researcher, and I was doing very well. I thought I was at my sweet spot. I was doing like the best thing I could ever do until the Lord said, no, because you were obedient, look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to blow your mind. Now I'm an author, a blogger, a radio host. I have my own business. I travel, I speak at schools, I speak all over the place, I'm an international speaker, and the list goes on. I'm about to make my movie into a book sometime next year, right, Tamiko? Right? I'm going to be podcasting, all of these different things, simply because the Lord was like, okay, you did what I told you to do, so I'm going to bless you. And if we do these things, it's all principles in the Bible, you know. And if we do these things, he cannot help but bless us. And what's funny about it is that we may be in a really good place, which is great. But with God, there's always another level, always a higher level to go. So we don't have to feel like where we're at, no matter how successful it is the end of it, right? So, having said that, I hope you are taking notes, because there's a particular phrase that Sandra said that I just loved, and it started with the word believe. And if you can tell me what it was, I don't want the same person to win now. I want somebody new. If you can tell me what she said. No, you can't go again. No, yes, Dad. Ray, come, Daddy. Tell me what. No, I'll give you something else. What else do we have? Oh, okay, yes. Believe you can achieve. All right, she said believe to achieve, but guess what? The concept is the same. So come for your CD, please. You know what that means? People are listening. Whoop, whoop. What's your name? Nicole. Nicole, thank you so much. May the Lord bless you. Girl, give her a round of applause.